Hey! What are you gonna paint, Maddie?
That, Dada.
Huh? You're gonna paint the flowers? The tree? The fence! Yes, the fence could use painting. It's peeling.
Very funny, Dada. I'm painting the garden. The whole garden. All the beautiful flowers, the fence, the trees, the sky, everything. It's going to be big and fantastic. Oh!
Yummy! Getting wet.
Oh.
I know what you can paint indoors. Flowers!
But Dada, I wanted to paint something big and exciting. Not just flowers.
I just saw a painting of some flowers in a book. They were by a great artist. Let me show
Okay,
you.
sure. Show me.
Dada, wow! Great! Let's go!
Dada, I'm at Show Me in the Book!
Oh.
Huh?
Where are we, Dada?
I'm, not completely sure. I'll get you an umbrella.
Great. Now, who are we looking for?
Well, yes. The painting in the book was by, I'm not sure, Vincent. Someone named Vincent.
Vincent Van Gogh? The great, great artist?
Oh, that could be his name.
I don't see him anywhere. Everyone's gone inside from the rain. Where do you think he is?
He was supposed to be right where we landed. Somewhere.
Hey, Dada, a paintbrush. Now where? Another paintbrush. It's bigger. Look, a small paintbrush.
All my paintbrushes gone?
Excuse me, but are these yours?
Thank you. I thought I lost them. I cannot afford to buy more. I'd like to give you a reward, but I have no money. Would you like some bread and cheese?
Thank you, Mr. Van Gogh.
Call me Vincent. I'm so glad you found them. What a relief.
Oh, what a beautiful painting.
I call it Terrace of a Cafe at night.
It's night, yeah, but the colors are so bright.
The excitement I feel painting, I want the person looking at the painting to also feel.
I think I can feel it too. When I look at it really closely, it's like I'm there, really standing in the street.
Garçon! Garçon!
Un espresso for me, s'il vous plaît.
It feels like we're in the
Yeah.
painting.
I wanted the colors to be vibrant, even though it was night. See? The yellow, the blue, the green.
And all the different brush strokes everywhere. Thick and big in the sky and small down on the cobblestone in front.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Ooh, that-terrific!
It's called the olive trees.
Wow, it's super nice. It looks like everything is moving in it.
Ooh, it excites the eyes. Everything moving.
And the clouds are like when the wind blows. The wind also blows the trees, like when I was painting it.
Vincent, your paintings feel so real and alive.
No matter what I'm painting, if it's a farmer's field, a portrait, a bowl of fruit, or a church, I want everything to feel alive. But not that alive.
Dada! The window! I got it!
Where did it go?
The door!
Hey! Turn on the lights! I can't see! I get... Oh! Whoa! That was dead-tastic fun!
So what will you paint next, Vincent?
I was going to paint a wheat field, but it started raining. So I was going to paint those. Sunflowers are wonderful to paint, even when it's not raining.
Yes, of course. Your sunflower paintings. They're famous.
Really?
Yeah, sunflowers. Well, I want to paint some too.
I can get you sunflowers.
Thank you, Vincent. I love your paintings. That was fun. Vincent van Gogh was such a great painter. It's amazing.
Hey, Maddie, it stopped raining. You can paint outside now.
I want to do a painting inside first. Vincent would like that. And Dada, look, I'm finished.
You did it, Maddie! Exciting and special! We can go outside now. I see trees blowing in the wind. Well, wouldn't it be more exciting to go paint something outside?
Yeah, as soon as I finish another painting.
And that was the artist Vincent van Gogh. He is one of the most famous artists to date. However, Mr. Vincent van Gogh was not famous when he was alive. He made his money after his death. His brother Theo was an art dealer. An art dealer is similar to a car dealer, where they would sell you a car. Theo would sell you art. And in this case, the art was his brother's, Mr. Vincent van Gogh. Here we have one of Vincent's most famous artworks entitled Starry Night. If you look closely at the artwork, you can see a village at the bottom half of the picture, a cypress tree, which has always reminded me of just a black flame, on the left side of the artwork, stars in the sky, and wind swirling around them. Mr. Vincent van Gogh really wanted to make his artwork look like it was moving. He did short, quick brush strokes that animated this idea. Do you notice how it looks like you're kind of up in the air looking at this image of the town below? Well, that's because Mr. Vincent van Gogh actually was. He painted this picture from his hospital room. Mr. Vincent van Gogh is very famous. One of the reasons that he is so famous is, well, because, can I tell you a secret? Get closer. A little closer. Mr. Vincent van Gogh cut off his ear. You heard me right. He's the artist that is famous for cutting off a part of his ear. Unfortunately, Mr. van Gogh suffered from what we call mental illness. If you think of the word mental, what's the first thing that comes to mind? For me, it's your head. So the word mental relates to your brain. And the word illness means that you're sick. So mental illness is a sickness in your head. You wouldn't just go around cutting off part of your ear if you were mentally well, would you? No, we all would find that to be extremely silly. Vincent van Gogh suffered from mental illness for many years. These last two images are self-portraits of him with the bandage covering his ear as he's recovering. But this isn't the only thing you need to remember about Vincent van Gogh. He created so many beautiful works out there in the world. He loved nature and he loved flowers, and we are going to mimic or copy, as a compliment to Mr. Vincent van Gogh, his sunflowers. So we are going to be mimicking the artist Vincent van Gogh's portrait of sunflowers. We are going to make a still life, which is a picture of still objects that would not move. So a pot of flowers is definitely a still object that is not going to move. And he was a famous artist that used oil paints, as you saw in the video. We are not going to use oil paints, but instead, for this project, we are going to use our oil pastels and our sketchos to make our own version of his work, complete with, if you look at where he signs, we are also going to be signing our work very similar to Mr. Vincent van Gogh. I told you I've been doing this project for a long time. We go back to before I was married, when I was Miss H. We have several versions of not so completes, a different type of vase. This is like the end of day 2. This one's pretty much done. So you can see that there are all kinds of different color combinations that you can do with these. We're going to start day 1. We're not going to get real far on day 1, but we're going to get started today. And we will continue this for 2 more days after this. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to get a piece of colored construction paper. In this case, this year we're using gray, and a white oil pastel. There are some white oil pastels in your sketchos. If not, there should be some in your sleeve of pastels over there. So with a white oil pastel, you're going to begin by putting your name and class code. In this case, we are 2B, but if you are watching this on an edited version, your class is probably not going to be 2B. It might be something different. Today, we are going to draw our vase. Now you could have a round pot. We are going to draw our tabletop, and we're going to draw the heads of our flowers. So I'm going to draw the traditional round pot. I think I showed you in the examples. If you didn't have round, you could have a tall skinny pot too. But in the lower half of my paper, I'm going to lightly with my white just draw a circle. And you can't see a whole lot of this right now because I'm drawing real light. You can kind of see it. All right. Then I'm going to put my tabletop behind my white. And I'm going to put a smiley line across my vase. So this is going to be this part, and this line. The reason we are using white is because you can shade right over top of white with your oil pastel and it'll blend right in and you won't see it. Now if we drew with black and I blended over it with red or blue, I'd get smears everywhere. See how there's a smear right here? That's from smearing the black. White, that doesn't happen. Next, we're going to put around 8 to 10 centers of our flowers. Centers of your flowers can be the following colors: browns, yellows, oranges, blacks. I would definitely not use green Oh, or white. Because when we do the composition, our leaves are going to be green. Okay? So stick to traditional centers of flowers. Browns, yellows, oranges, blacks. You're going to say, what flowers have black centers? Black-eyed Susans. There's a bunch of different flowers with black centers. All right, so how many centers did I say we were going to put in there? Go ahead, yell it out. No! 8 to 10. What'd you guys get 4?
I didn't say that.
So I'm going to do some brown centers. I'm going to do some ovally ones. 1, 2. I do a couple whites. 3, 4, 5. I'm going to do some yellows. 6, 7. I'm going to do some smaller oranges. 8, 9. I'm going to do a 10th one up here. All right, and I'm going to stop there because I don't want to overload it with the centers of our flowers. So we are going to quickly, I'm going to call you by tables. You are going to quickly get your paper, take it back to your seat, put your name on the back, draw your circle, draw your tabletop, draw your lines, and draw your centers of your flowers. You do have sketchos on your tables. However, when you go over and grab your paper, grab a sleeve. We only have a few minutes today. Tomorrow we will have a lot more time.